Hey FLOSSTUBE, it's Leigh from Creatively on Sunday the 19th of November 2023 with FLOSSTUBE number 202. Welcome back to my weekly YouTube channel about counted cross stitch. I almost didn't make a video today. I don't have a lot to show you. I didn't get a lot of stitching done, but I thought better like a 15-minute video than no video, I think. And I wanted to come and say hi to you all. So yeah, it was just a week where I didn't get a lot of stitching done, a lot of work, and just didn't really feel like concentrating on stitching because I was tired all the time. Yeah, so pretty quiet week other than work, and I think last week I talked about how I was reading, had bought the ebook for Iron Flame, and I finished it at 8 a.m. I woke up early on Monday and I finished it at 8 a.m. Oh, totally shook. Talk about cliffhanger, and oh no, book 3 is not even written yet. And it was a shock. So I'd say I can't wait for book 3, but I have to because it's not out yet. And I think I mentioned last week I thought it might be a trilogy. No, it's a 5 books. So I've got like how many years of this trauma to deal with? So yeah, I spent most of the weekend reading because it was just couldn't put it down. But yeah, so I didn't pick up my stitching till Monday night, and then I just didn't do much until a little bit on Friday and a little bit this morning. I was busy yesterday doing gardening and weeding and lawns and some other organisational tasks that I started last week that I then regretted. At this stage, Dad's coming on Wednesday, so they've put my stepmother on a new drug regime, but she's not on a morphine pump yet. She is receiving morphine as part of a pain regime, but it's going into her, they've put like a port or something in, so they can put give her needles without having to inject her each time, but it's on demand, like if she shows signs of discomfort and pain, rather than having like a pump, because her vitals are still strong enough that ethically she's not ready for palliative pain management yet. Anyway, they said to Dad, go have your holiday, unless something unexpected happens. We expect Pam to still be, here for a few weeks more, kind of thing. Like it's not quite time yet. So that's kind of good. So he's coming down on Wednesday afternoon, Wednesday early evening, and then goes back the following Wednesday. I don't know if I'll get a video up next Sunday. No, I won't get a video up next Sunday. That's the day we're going to the Wings Over Wairarapa air show, and we'll have to leave here probably about 7ish in the morning, and the show gates open at 8. Planes are all going well, scheduled to fly between 10 a.m. and 4 p.m, and then by the time we get home with traffic and stuff, probably be like 6 p.m. So yeah, I won't be doing a video on Sunday. I do have Monday off work. Dad will be here, so I just don't know. I might get a video up on Monday. If I don't, I'll put a community post up just saying I'm not going to get one up. So if you see me next week, it'll be a bonus. And I don't know that I'm going to get a lot of stitching done this next week anyway. I've got full-on work week, and then the couple of days off I've got will be with Dad, and then we've got a couple of like a dinner out and another couple of dinners out, taking them to a show. So I just don't know that much is going to get done. So another reason why I wanted to pop in today and say hi, because it might be a couple of weeks till I do my next one. So excuse me. So apart from that, I mean, Dad is in a moon boot, so he's in a moon boot for his Achilles, so that's great. But I've organised to hire a shower stool for him, and which I usually do when he's here. And he's going to bring his crutches, and I've got to borrow a couple of deck chairs or camping chairs to take with us to the air show, so we've got somewhere to sit. I've got a couple of really low ones, but I don't know that getting up and out of that when Dad's back hurts as Achilles, and just generally I don't think they're going to be very suitable for the air show. So I need to borrow, I don't want to buy any, I'll borrow a couple of chairs from somebody. So that's pretty much the update there. I escaped my house today, it's Sunday, and I went and had caught up with a colleague friend, who is also an occasional stitcher, and picked her up from her place, and we went into Lower Hutt to have a coffee, which was terrible. Went to Butler's, and the coffee was terrible, but they do give you a little complimentary chocolate when you, so it was nice, but they are a chocolate shop. But yeah, the coffee was pretty awful, but they were too busy, and we couldn't be bothered complaining, because we're Kiwis and we don't complain about stuff. So then we had a wander around the mall for a couple of hours and watched a couple of shops, and then I got overwhelmed because I haven't been to a large mall for a long time. I certainly hadn't been to Queensgate Mall in Lower Hutt since before the big earthquake we had that half of it fell down. It didn't fall down, but it got really damaged. It was empty for a long time. When was that? Like, was that 28? Like, I haven't been there like 6 years. Or at least, I don't remember when. It was a really long time ago. And so that's like, I hate malls. So I've walked in there and I felt dizzy and anxious. There's so much noise and people and fluorescent lights, and I just felt nauseated and like a little bit dizzy, but I kind of came right. I got like acclimatized, I guess, but after about 2 hours, I guess, I was like, oh, I think I'm done. I need to get out of here, because there were so many people there. I thought we're in a recession. I don't know where their money is. Anyway, okay, that's 10 minutes of garble. So, excuse me. So should I show you what I stitched this week? Okay. I haven't bought anything new, no change. I did have a wee look on Etsy. I kind of missed all the Black Friday sales and stuff because I was busy. And I don't know, I keep going through my wish list and going, oh, I don't know. So you may recall last week I talked about Black Sampler November, continuing on another new start. Black Sampler from Stitches Through the Years, and I am stitching this on 40 count parchment from Country Stitch and using Güttermann black silk. And I started this on Monday evening on the 13th of November, and I did a tiny little start, and then as I said earlier, I stitched on it a little bit on Friday, maybe an hour, and a little bit this morning, maybe an hour, and that's where I'm at. I've got a tiny little bit done, but it's on 40 count, so it is, kind of cute and adorable. And I did have to frog quite a bit because I didn't look at the chart. This here I stitched all the way across and then realised it didn't meet. It's because there was a little break in the middle that I had ignored, so then I had to frog that back and put that in. I had stitched up here a little way, and then I realised I had gone over, about here, I'd gone over 3 strands, so it didn't line up, so I had to frog that back and stitch back, so it's been a little bit painful. I am going to personalise it. Excuse me. I've got the I need a bit of Coke. I'm going to put my initials in here. They do give you a whole alphabet for personalisation, but it's not really anywhere to personalise it necessarily. So instead of this little motif in here, I'm going to put my initials, LAM, in the alphabet they provide, which is similar to the one that's in the wrought by my hand. They don't give you any numbers. They do give you numbers. There's a whole freaking row of them here. So I might squeeze, I don't know if I'll finish it this year or next year, so I might decide somewhere to put the year. I was thinking about maybe missing out part of this leaf here, and I could put 2024 or 2023, stack it there potentially, or I'll look for a number that's a little bit smaller than this to squeeze in this corner here. It's the only place I could really see to put it, unless I stick it up there. I don't know, but I don't need to worry about that quite yet. I don't know when I'm going to pick it up again. So this has had, I guess, 3 stitchy sessions. What am I? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Probably a 10th of it, or just maybe a 9th. 12% done. But I'm really enjoying it. But yeah, I just didn't have it in me to stitch this. I just was tired and went to bed, read and slept and read. So I do have a couple of things to show you that I have stitched that you haven't seen before, and these are not stitched. I've stitched within the last year. I don't show you all my stitching. I show you most of my stitching. Sometimes I stitch on things just for a little bit of fun, because I felt like stitching on Black Ada. I don't know why, I never want to stitch on Black Ada, but sometimes I do. So every now and then I stitch on random little things, and I don't show you everything. I show you like 95% of what I stitch, and because I'm a bit prolific and it's a little bit, not embarrassing, but people are already overwhelmed with what I stitch. And okay, but what I'm going to show you, maybe not everyone's cup of tea, and particularly if you're religious, a Christian, you might not appreciate it, but just, go with grace. And I'm not a Christian, and I enjoy popular culture, and I enjoy fantasy, and I enjoy comics, and I enjoy lots of things, but I'm a fan. I loved the show Lucifer, and the character Lucifer in the first episode-ish was based on one of the Sandman stories from the Sandman series, graphic novels from Neil Gaiman. I'm a huge Neil Gaiman fan. So I wanted to watch Lucifer because of that, and then I loved the character, and the show was fun, and I cried my heart out for a couple of episodes. So anyway, just go, be okay with that. So I intend to make a bag, a patchworky kind of bag, homage to the show Lucifer. It's ages ago I bought some designs off Etsy, and I have over the last year stitched a few of them. So I just want to show you them, and I've got a couple still to stitch. I thought, well, I'll just show you because I've got nothing else to show you. So again, these are all from the show. Lucifer, the character Lucifer is wonderful. And yeah, just thanks for your grace. Okay, so first of all, there's this one. So I intend to, again, make a patchworky bag. So I need to find some fabulous fabric to patchwork these pieces together, because I've got a few random pieces, but these are all references to the show or inspired by the logo or whatever. So there's that one. So these are all on Ada. So I don't stitch on Ada a lot. So for you Ada stitches, there's that one. I changed the red to, again, forgive me, 666, because hello, why would that not be? I have this one, and again, I changed the font to 666, and then this is 5200 with a little bit of sparkle. It's hard to see in person, you can see a little bit of sparkle, so with the angel feather. So there's that one, and then this is the license plate from his car. So I've searched that, just I can't remember what yellow that is, whatever it was called for. And I used, so this is 18 count, and I did use 2 strands, which is very rare for me, but I did want it nice and thick. Did I do 2 strands for that? Yeah, I did do 2 strands for that. And even for the back stitching around the license plate, I did 2 strands. So that's his license plate. The next one I'm going to stitch, which is in a DMC, the Devil's Thread, gold metallic, that's a sign from, because in the show Lucifer has a nightclub called Lux, and this is in a metallic, so that's, yeah, and obviously it was a bookmark, the chart that I bought, but I'm going to stitch it with a metallic on black. I think I'll just fit it on the gap there somewhere. I think this actually could have fit this way, but I forgot. So put Lux in there, and the gold metallic. So I'll do that one. And then the last bit that it's going to be on a big ass piece of white. I am going to flash you the chart because I can't find the front picture. And so often because Lucifer has the ability to use his mind to kind of get people to tell him their desires, which doesn't work on the detective. If you haven't watched it, Lucifer, the detective, have a relationship, they fall in love. But he often he's sort of does the mind meld thing, goes, what is it you desire? And then people will tell him, and then sometimes it helps the case, and sometimes because Lucifer helps the detective solve murders. So anyway, there's just this one with the face of what's his name? Ellis, the actor. He's from British guy, Tom Ellis is Lucifer, and for fans of Miranda, he was a Miranda, and kind of attractive but dorky in that. And in Lucifer, he does a lot of shirt off stuff and had to really work out, so he's incredibly hot, but also his character's a bit dorky, so he does really good hot dork kind of characters. Anyway, so it's his profile with what is it you desire. For that, I'm going to use, because I want to have it a bit thick, so I decided I'm going to use some of my DMC Flosh, because that's a bit thicker, and it's on the 18 count. So anyway, that's a little project that I've been working on, just to make a little pop culture kind of bag, because I love, and I want to do a similar one for Buffy and Angel, but I haven't found decent kind of designs, and I'm going to make a project bag, I should say, but I'll patchwork it all together. I need to find some fabric. Anyway, so that's something that every now and then I pick up and just do random. I feel like stitching on Ada and doing something fun and quick little finish. So that's something to show you that you didn't know I was doing. You can be pretty much guaranteed there's always some side hustle thing. I also have some secret stitching at the moment that I can't share with you until probably closer to Christmas, because I'm making it some Christmas gifts, or some gifts for people for Christmas. And they watch my videos. So secret stitching, so that's a little bit another reason why I don't have much to show you. What else should I show you? Okay, I did recently kit something up, or sort of kit it up. I'm lazy kitting up. Some of you who've been around a little while will remember I've scripted out the date. Ages ago, I started this. I think it was for one of my 50 at 50, quite early in the piece. And it's from, and then I hated it. So I quickly abandoned it. And I will remind you why. But the chart is Helen Helly 1843 Scottish sampler, and I got it off Redley. It's from Just Cross Stitch, October 2019. It has a, did I bring it? It has a, I've kept this book because it's kind of fun. It has a nice little write-up about Scottish samplers, the historical motifs in Mystery Mansion. So it's kind of cool, and talks about some of the symbolism and stuff in it. So I kitted it up with my own, I think I just pulled the DMC and stuff, and I started stitching it, and I absolutely hated it. It just looked ghastly. This is too, I wanted it to look like this. So this is the original, right? And then they've recharted it. And I want it to look vintagey and dirty. So I decided when I started it, I hated it. I don't want to do it. I wanted to take time. And I think I started on like 32 count using DMC, and it was too bright and garish. The fabric was pale. It was just like, ugh, I want it to look like this. So I just put it aside, and I think this might be my birthday start, which is in like a month. I turned 52. So this might be my birthday start. And after I abandoned the 32 count, I'd already picked this dirty linen. What is this? A fox and rabbit up in the attic. Because I'm like, oh my gosh, that's great. A nice dirty linen. And then randomly this morning, I'm like, I need to show you something other than my one project. I just went through, had a quick look at sort of the colours, and I just pulled a whole lot of over dyes, just random bunch of more sort of vintagey colours, and I've got, I think, 19 or 20 colours pulled. There are 6 charted. There's 16 charted, and I think I pulled 19 or 20. And I'm just giving myself a bit of leeway to play with it. Like, I may not use both of those blues. That one might be a little bit too bright for me, and there's like blue in the roof and stuff, and I might use just, I can't see now with my reading glass, I'm too close. So I might use this duty one. There's a couple of where it's called for like violets and lavenders. I've got these really grungy sort of dried plum, not even that, I don't even know what colours you call them. Corally reddy oranges, I've just pulled colours I love, and a bunch of sort of sagey, kind of dull greens and things, and navy and a couple of browns. So I'm just going to have fun with it, and I think I'm going to be like a gazillion times happier with this vintagey palette of lusciousness on this dirty linen up in the attic than I would be trying to make it look like how they recharted it. So great that they recharted. I'm really happy they recharted it, but no, I want it to look like that or dirty, vintagey, and yeah, more my sort of style. I don't even know. So a bunch of really cool colours. I've got Nina's Threads, Weeks, a whole lot of Tom and Lily, some Victorian Motto, some Guest, heaps of Victorian Motto, heaps of Tom and Lily. I think that's it. So mostly Tom and Lily, and Victorian Motto, and then a couple of the bigger brands where I just needed an extra colour or two. I'm getting all excited to see. Bear with me a minute when I go blow my nose. I still have a cough and snot from bloody COVID. So anyway, I'm really happy with that. So I thought I'd just show you. And I'll just make a decision when I get to whichever motif, whether I'll use, if I use this green for one of them and then I decide actually I want a different shade of green, I'm just going to have fun with it. So you would probably struggle to replicate this palette given there's a whole bunch of Victorian Motto which were one-offs and a whole bunch of Tom and Lily which you can order, but so yeah, anyway, I love those colours. It's going to look awesome and I'm really excited about that restart. So I'm glad I abandoned it quickly and I'm looking forward to kicking it off in a month. So I've got my birthday start picked. Yay! There's a whole bunch of Algerian eyelets because it's a Scottish sampler, and yay, that's going to be fun. And then just one other thing that I probably will start sometime in the next little while is, I've been putting it off for ages, it's time to get Frederica started. I stitched Frederick ages ago, like 20, I think I stitched Frederick. It's probably written down. Probably have it on a card. I don't know where the card is. I think it's on my desk. And I can't remember what the colour is because it's written on the card. Oh, here, no, I do. It's Drifting Sands by Country Stitch. 40 count, because I do all my fractors on 40 count. And this is the same fabric I used for Frederick. And yeah, so I stitched him, I think, in... was he one of my 50th? I don't remember. Either I stitched him in 2020... What year is it? I either stitched him in 2022 as one of my 50 or I stitched him in 2021. I don't remember. It's time to start Frederica, and I just had wanted to take a break because the border is almost identical and it's quite a big border. When I stitched Frederick, I did one change in that he is not charted where this penny, whatever this border is. The little diamonds are not, they're not filled in. Oh, sorry, the background behind the diamonds was not filled in, but on Frederica it was. So I basically pulled the colour for Frederica, filled in Frederick. So I did extra stitching on Frederick. But yeah, I'm really looking forward to Frederica. She has a couple of colours slightly different, but the majority of the palette was the same, and I managed to kit up most of this with extra colours, extra threads that I had from sort of what I call overstock, right, where you end up with extra colours and a lot that people have given to me. So I'm looking forward to her, and she has pomegranates, so yay, because yay for the pomegranates, and strawberries. Who doesn't love a strawberry? And I am thrilled with the fact that I'm going to get her started. Like Frederick, I'll start on the border. And I dropped a thread on the floor, which I'll pick up later. And there's more colours in the bag because I have it in one of these mesh bags. I've got random bags everywhere. So that's going to be a start soon because I haven't stitched on, I need to stitch her and get her, and so she's one of the bigger fractors than a couple that I've stitched more recently, right? There you go. I managed to make that nearly half an hour, so well done me. There's only a little bit to edit out where I was blowing my nose and coughing and what have you. Yeah, I'll wrap it up. Again, there won't be a video next Sunday. There may be one on Monday, but it depends what we do. And I don't know that, I mean, I don't want to get stressed about it. So if it's too hard, I won't. Yeah, I really appreciate you coming along. Thanks in advance for all your lovely comments, and I might take a little bit of footage at the air show to share if anyone wants to see what that looks like. Who knows? Oh gosh, I hope the weather's fine. I hope the weather's good for it, because it would kind of suck if it isn't, but it is what it is. Not much you can do about it. Yeah, I hope you are well and find joy in something this week, maybe stitching, maybe watching us on the YouTubes. I appreciate you, and as always, don't let your needles rust. Ciao.